Hello students, in today's video we are going to learn some higher level of programming. Now the first program will be find the highest in a series of numbers. Now how big is the series you have to assume by yourself, and where is the series stored that also you have to assume by yourself. So first program will be write a program to find the highest number in a series of 10 numbers, okay, stored from memory location 2000 to 2009. There are 10 numbers stored in 2000 from 2000 to 2009. You have to find the highest number from this series and then store it at 2008. Okay. Next program is to add two numbers. To add a series of 10 numbers stored from memory location 2000 to 2009. Okay, and store the result in 2008. Okay, now listen, when you add two numbers you get a sum and a carry. When you add a series of numbers, carry cannot be 0 and 1. Okay, it is a whole 8-bit number. So we will see how this happens. Okay, in the program, when we will be doing the program, we will be seeing how this happens. Okay, so the second program will be write a program to add a series of 10 numbers stored from 2000 to 2009, stored the sum in 2008 and the carry in 2000B. Fine. Okay. Next question is to add two 16-bit BCD numbers. Now when I say to add 16-bit numbers is easy. Add the lower byte. What you have to do? You have to add the lower byte and the higher, and then add the higher byte with the carry that is generated with the lower byte addition. Okay. That is just adding two normal 16-bit numbers. Now these are adding now the question is here to add two 16-bit BCD numbers. Now BCD means decimal numbers entered in the system as if they are hexadecimal numbers, right? We have taught it. I have taught it earlier also. So which instruction is going to be used over here? DAA. Okay. Now the point of DAA is it only works on 8-bit numbers. But the catch in the question is you have to add two 16-bit numbers. So what you are going to do? You are going to add them in parts. You will add the lower byte. First. Okay. Suppose in this question the lower byte is 84. The numbers are 9384 and 1845. Okay. So you are going to add this lower byte first. Okay. Then it will give you the correct. Then you have to use DA. Okay. It will give you the number answer in decimal. Then you add the higher byte along with the carry of the lower byte. Okay, you add the higher byte along with the carry of the lower byte. Okay, and then again you use DA. Okay, and you get the answer in decimal. Okay, so you are going to do all of this. I am just telling you about the questions. Okay, next is the last question. The last program that we will be doing in this session is write a program to determine the numbers of ones in a number. That means I'll give you any number. You have to find the number of ones and zeros in that number. Okay. Suppose the number is stored in memory location 2000 and you have to store the answer in 2001. So keep rotating. How you do? Keep rotating the number. Okay. As you rotate the number, each number keeps coming in carry flag, right? So every time you rotate the number, check the carry flag. If the carry flag is 1, that means there was a 1 in the MSB. If the carry flag is 0, there was a 0. So keep a counter which will be initially 0. Okay. So each time you get a carry, increment the counter. So once you finish rotating the whole number 8 times, that counter which was always incremented only whenever there was a carry will eventually tell you how many ones were there in the number. So that is the logic of the program. So these 4 programs we are going to do in this session. Fine. Now the first program. What is the first program? Write a program to find the highest number in a series of 10 numbers stored from memory location 2000 to 2009 and store the result in 2000 AH. Okay. There are 10 numbers stored in memory location 2000 to 2009. See here, I've taken some numbers 40, 60, 80, 70, 20, 10. Okay, these are random numbers I've taken. Okay, you can take another other numbers also. Okay, so in among these 10 numbers from 2000 to 2009, you have to find the highest number and then you have to store the highest number in memory location 2000 AH. So this is your question. Okay, are you clear of the question? I think. Okay, so let's proceed. So what you are going to do? First of all, we will initialize the HL pair with the value 2000, right? We will initialize the HL pair with the value 2000. Now tell me, what is the advantage of using HL pair? The number stored in HL pair will be used as an address. And the number stored in the address can be used as M. Fine, that is the when you initialize HL pair with 2000 is the data, but how to use it is an address. When we use M, the number that is stored in memory location 2000 will be your M. So this is the advantage. Now the moment I load the HL pair with 2000, the content in 2000H, that is 40H, will become M. Fine. Now once I examine 40, what will be the next step? I examine the 40, I will examine the next number, then the next number, and then the next number, and so on. Okay. So what I need to do? I need to increment. So what to increment? Of course, increment the HL pair. So as your HL pair goes on incrementing, the contents can be expressed as M. So when you will be incrementing the HL pair to 2001, which will be a new M, this 60 will be a new M. Then again while you increment the HL pair 2002, 80 will be a new M. So and so on. Okay, understood? So initialize the HL pair with 2000. So M as of now is 40. What is M? 40, right? M is 40. Now initialize the C register as your count. C register as your count. How many numbers are there? 10. Okay, so 0H. Then initialize a register. Initialize the A register with 00H. Now this is assumed as our highest number in the beginning. So what happens? As we go on encountering the numbers, as we get the higher number from the one currently present in A, okay, we will do what? We will copy that number into A. Understood? We will first compare the first number with A. Okay, we have initialized the number with 00. In A register, we have initialized the number with 00. So first, for what we are going to do, we will compare this number stored in HL pair with the number stored in stored in A. How? Compare M. Right? By using compare M, we will compare A with M. So whichever number is higher, if the number is higher, if the number in M is higher, we will copy that number into A. Okay. So is 40 greater than A? 00H, of course. So we will copy this 40 into this register A. So A will be now 40H, right? Then go ahead. Again we will increment the increment the HL pair. So HL pair will be 2001. So our new M will be 60, right? Now is 60 greater than 40? Again we will compare. Is 60 greater than 40? Yes. So we will copy now we will copy this number into A. So our new accumulator data will be 60H. Okay. Then again we will go to the next memory location. Now new M, your M will be 80 now. We will copy this now. So we will compare this number with 60. Is 80 greater than 60? No. So we will not copy that number. Okay. So sorry. Is 80 greater than 60? Yes, of course. So we will copy that number 80H into A. Right. Then we will increment the again 2003. Okay. Then our new M will be 70. Our new M will be 70, right? So is 70 greater than 80? No. Is 70 greater than 80? No. So if the answer is, if the number in M is not greater than the number in present in A, we will not copy. Okay. If the number is smaller, if the number is larger than the number in A, then we will copy. If the number is smaller than the number present in A, we will not copy. Okay. So A register will remain 80. Now let's go to the, so this will go on and it will come to here 2008. Now 20 will, now suppose it has come to 2008. Okay. Now 20 will be compared with 80. Is 20 greater than 80? No. So we will not copy. Then again we will come to next memory location 2009. So that's our new M will be 10. So is 10 greater than 80? No. So then the count will become 0 and the count will become 0. Okay, and the loop and the program will come out of the loop. Okay, so A will be holding the highest number. Now the number stored in A, we will copy that number into 2008. Okay, understood? So let's tell let's tell the logic. So what is the logic you understood? What is the logic you understood? Go on comparing every number in the series with A. As you get a new higher number, copy that number into A register. If it is not higher, just keep it. Okay. Increment the HL pair. So in the next iteration, it compares the next number, then the next number. So remember, M is not a physical quantity. M is a programming tool. M does not exist. M is the location pointed by HL pair. So as you go on incrementing the HL pair, M points to a new number and you can access the new data using your variable M. So first number is 40. You are going to do what? Compare, right? Compare who and who? A and M, right? A and M. You are comparing A and M. We have initialized A with 00. So we will first compare this number 48 with 00. Okay. So now compare means what? Subtraction. Compare, I have told you compare means subtraction. Only the result is, the difference in subtraction, the answer is stored in accumulator. It compare, the answer, the accumulator remains, data remains unchanged. Okay, this is the difference. I think you know. So our goal is, if this M number is greater, okay, if the number M is greater than A, okay, if the number M is greater than A, so what we are going to do? We are going to copy it into A. We are going to copy the number into A. Understood? So when you do A minus M, okay, A minus M, if M is greater than M and then A, okay, then what will happen? It will affect the carry flag, right? So again, if the carry A is which means borrow, right? The carry is in subtraction. We are not telling carry, we are telling borrow. Okay, so it affects the carry flag just like a carry, right? So again we will do A minus M. So again, if there is carry, that means A was smaller. Here A minus M. So A was smaller. So a carry will be generated, right? That means if there is no carry and if there is no if A is greater than M, so there will be no carry, right? If there is no carry, we don't need to copy anything, right? We don't need to copy anything. So if a carry is generated, we will copy the number into A. If carry is not generated, we will not do anything. Okay, right? This is the logic. So the first time tell me the whole logic. If you can tell the whole logic by yourself, you can write the program with your own. You can write the program on your own. What is the first step? We will initialize the HL pair with 2000. Okay. Then we will initialize the count C with the number 08. Okay. Then we will initialize the register A with 008. We will assume this as the highest number first. Okay, we will be comparing this all the numbers with this with A. So we will initialize A with 0 0. So these are your 3 initializations. Okay. Okay. Now we will do after the initialization is over, we will compare A with M. Okay. So compare means subtraction. So when you write compare CMPM, what you will do? You are basically doing A minus M, right? So if M is greater, that is if A is less than M, if M is greater than A, okay, so you've got a new higher number. So what we will do, we will copy that number from M to A. When you will do this, only if there is a carry. If there is a carry, we will copy the number from M to A. But if there is no carry, that is if A is greater than M, then we will not copy. Okay, so this is the logic. Understood? We will skip this step if there is no carry. So condition is, how you set the condition? The condition is, if there is a carry, we will do move A comma M, right? We will copy the higher number into A if A is less than M, but we will skip this step if A is greater than M, then skip. Okay, if A is greater than M, then we will skip this step. Fine. So once you are done with this, we have compared the current number, we have compared one number. Now the same we are going to do with the next number. So how we are going to do this? Increment the HL pair. Increment the HL pair. So INXH, by using INXH, so we will go to the next memory location, that is 2001. So that means in the next iteration, when you will be talking about M will not be 40. Now M will be 60. So you have got a new number. Now increment the increment HL pair. Okay, again you compare this number with A. So A was 40, right? A was 40. So we will compare 60 with 40. If carry is generated, yes, of course carry will be generated. So we will copy this number 60 into A. Okay. Then again we will go to the next memory location. Okay. Again we will copy this number with the number in A. Okay. If there is no carry, if there is carry, then we will copy this number into A. If there is no carry, then we will skip. Okay. So we will put this whole procedure of comparison in a loop. Okay. And we will decrement the register count and jump if not 0. You know all these things, right? So you jump back to location where you want to, where you do your comparison. So this loop will continue 10 times, right? When your 10 iterations are over, who has the highest number? Then A will be holding the highest number, right? A will be holding the highest number. So and also you are going on incrementing the HL pair. So by the time your 10 locations are over, HL pair will be already having 2000 A. Okay, means the location pointed by 2000 A is your new M. So your answer is in A. Store the result from A to M, that is move M comma A. Okay, so by writing move M comma A, that will complete your program. So tell me, did you understand? Now we will start writing the program. Okay, I think the logic is clear. So we will start writing the program. Okay. Now let's write the program. First we will initialize the registers and the memory locations. Okay. So first step, initialize the HL pair. LXI H comma 2000 H. Okay. So M is now 40, right? Second initialization, we initialize the count MVI C comma 0A H. Okay. So C will be 0A. Fine. Then we initialize the A register with 008. We will assume this as the highest number, okay, before we start comparison. So A will be 008. Okay, so this is our initialization is over. Now we will start comparison. So CMP M, that is M is 40, so A minus M, that is 00 minus 40. Okay, so of course in this subtraction the carry flag will be generated, so carry will be 1 because A is less than M, right? So so if M is greater than, if there is a carry, so if there is a carry, if there is a carry, we will, what we will do, we will copy this number from M to A, move A comma M. So the number that was present in A will go to A, that is A will be holding now 40, right? Because M was 40. Now since A is less than M, we will get the higher number into A. Okay, so A will be 40. When this will happen? If A carry is generated. If carry is not generated, then we will skip. Okay, J and C, skip. If carry is not generated, we will skip this instruction and we will go to here. This will be our skip. So if carry is not generated, we will not copy. What we will do then? We will copy. So by this time, so what we will do then? We will increment the next memory location. Increment HL pair. Okay. So HL pair will be now 2001. Okay, so if carry is not generated, carry will not be generated when? If A is greater than M, but here A is less than M, so we will copy this, this condition will be false, so it will go here. So move A comma M, A will be now 40, then INX H will be now 2001. Okay, then next, so we have incremented, so one comparison is over, so we will decrement the count, DCRC, okay, then J and Z back. What is our back? In the comparison part. This is our back. Okay. So by the time the loop ends, we will have HL pair as 2000A. So where is the highest number stored? The highest number is stored in A. So we will simply put the value of A to M. So move M comma A. Okay, and then we will hold the program. So this is our program. I hope you understood. So let us do the program with small number of with a small count. Okay, with a small count. Let us take 3 numbers and check whether the program is working or not. Suppose we have 3 numbers from 2000, 2001, 2002. Okay, and we will store the highest number in 2003. We have a series of 40, 60, 80. Okay, we have these 3 numbers. Among these 3 numbers, you have to find the highest number. Okay, and you have to store the highest number here in 2003. So let's start the program. First we will initialize LXI H comma 2000, LXI H comma 2000 H. Okay, then we will initialize the count MVI C comma 00H. Then initialize the register A with 00H. Okay, then we will compare CMP M. Okay, then if carry is not generated, we will skip the copy, but if carry is generated, we will copy the higher number into A. Okay, then this is skip. What we will do in skip? We will increment the HL pair so that we can go to the next memory location. Then we will decrement the count because one iteration is over, DCRC. Then we will jump until the count becomes 0 to the comparison part, that is back. Okay, then after the comparison finish, that is the program comes out of the loop, A will be holding the highest number, so we will just move the highest number into the memory location pointed by 2003. Okay, that is M, which is our new M. So and then we will hold the program. Okay, so let's see whether this program works or not. Okay, so first we initialize the HL pair with 2000. So HL pair is 2000. So which is our M? M is 40. Okay, then C is 00. C is, the count is 03, right? Because we have 3 numbers. So C is 03. Okay, then A is 00. Now compare M. 00 will be compared with 40. Okay, jump if no carry. Here carry is generated, of course. So this condition will be false. So it will go here. It will come to this instruction, move A comma M. So M is 40. So A will be, the higher number will be copied to A. So A will be holding now 40. INX H will be now 2002. So our new M is, this will be our new M 60. Okay, so this here C will be 02. Okay, then jump if not 02, back. Again compare M. So A is now 40. So 40 will be compared with the new M, that is 60. If carry is generated, no. Carry is generated, of course yes. So this condition will be false, right? This condition will be false. Then move A comma M. So we will compare. We will take the higher number from M to A. That is A will be now 60, right? Then INX H will be 2003. DCR C will be 01. Jump if not 02, back. Okay. So now 2000. So it will be 2002. Okay. So 2002, now 80. 80 will be compared with 60 will be compared with 80, right? So carry is generated, of course yes. So this condition will be false. We will we will take the higher number into A, that is A will be holding the highest number, that is 80. Then it will go to the 2003. Okay, C will become 00. This condition will become false. It will come out of the loop. Then move M comma, which is our new M, the location pointed by 2003. So our memory location is already in 2003. So this will be our M. Okay, so we will move the content of A. The A is 80. So 80 will be moved to 2003 memory location. So this memory location will hold the highest number. Okay, so I hope this is clear. So you run this program in the simulator and check whether this program is working or not. Take the count 10 or whatever you like. Okay, and check whether this program is working or not. Understood? Now you have an assignment. In assignment, the question number 1 will be the same program. Write a program to find the lowest number, okay, in a series of 10 numbers stored from memory location 2000 to 2009, okay, and stored the result in 2008. Okay, the same program. Okay, what is the difference between the highest number and lowest number? You have to initialize the A with FF now, FFH. Okay, and in place of J and C, you have to write JC. So this will be the two differences. Okay, try this program, run in the simulator. Okay, I have shown you the highest number, you do the lowest number, run in the simulator and show it to me. Okay, understood? So let's go to the next program. I hope this program is clear. So let's go to the next program. Now, next program is write a program to add a series of 6 numbers stored from memory location 2000 to 2005. Then, after adding, store the result in 2006 and 2007. Okay. Now, adding 6 numbers and adding 100 numbers are same. And when you add two 8-bit numbers, there will be a sum and there will be a carry. Fine. When you add two 8-bit numbers, the carry is either 0 or 1, we have seen. But when you add series of numbers, carry cannot be 0 or 1. Okay? It can be 2, 3 or 4 or a whole byte itself. So your answer will be basically 16 bits. One higher byte and a lower byte. So by the rule, lower byte at the lower address, that is 2006, and the lower address is 2006, that is the lower byte will be stored in 2006 and the higher byte data will be stored in 2007. Okay. So what you have to do? We have to initialize the same process. We have to initialize the HL pair with 2000. Okay, let us take some random data, 20, 30, 50, then 90, then 80, then 60. Okay, so these are the 6 data we have to add, and you have to store the number in result in 2006 and 2007. Okay, so initialize the HL pair 2000 and initialize the count C with the 06H, the number of numbers we have taken in the series. Okay, now initialize the register A with 00H. Okay, initialize the register A with 00H, which will store the sum. Okay, and initialize the register B with 00H, it will store the carry. Fine, which will store the carry. So in our register A, we will store the value of 2006. A will store the value of 2006, and B will store the value of 2007. Fine. So how will you build the logic for this program? Initialize register A with 00H and register B with 00H. Fine. So go on adding every number to your sum, that is A. Okay. Every time there is a carry, increment the carry register. Okay. If there is no carry, then skip. Okay. So see here, you will get the logic more clear. This is our register A, this is our register B. Okay, we have initialized it with 00, this also with 00. Okay, now our first number is 20. What we will do? We will add this number with, first we will add this number with 00H. Okay, what will be the result? 20. There is carry? No. So we will not increment the carry register. Okay, then again we will add the next number 30 with 20. Okay, what is the answer? 50. Is there carry? No. So we will not increment the carry register. Again we will add the 50 with the second number, the third number with the sum. So 50 plus 50 is 100. So 00. Carry is generated. Of course, yes, we will increment the carry register. Okay, then again we will add 90 plus 0, 00, and the sum will be 90. Carry is generated? No. So we will not increment the carry register, it will be as it is. Okay, then 80 plus 90. Okay, what is the answer? What is the answer? 170. So carry is again generated, so we will increment the carry register, that is 2. Okay, then 60 plus 70, 130. So again carry is generated, so we will increment the carry register, that is 03. Okay, so our answer is 330. Okay, 30 is the sum and 03 is the carry. Okay, understood the logic? What we will do, we will go on adding the sum, and if there is a carry, we will increment the carry register. Okay, remember one thing, for your better understanding, I am showing you the numbers in decimal. Okay, the processor will give you the answer in hexadecimal. Remember this, I am showing you in decimal, the processor will give you in hexadecimal. So 38 is the lower byte which is in A. Okay, so from A register we will copy this number into 2006. Okay, we will copy this number into 2006, and 03 is the higher byte, so which in register B we will copy this number into 2007. Fine. So I hope, so please tell me, do you understand the logic? Now let's write the program. I hope you understood the logic. Now let's write the program. Okay, what we will do, we will initialize the HL pair with 2000H. So LXI-H 2000H. Okay, then we will initialize the count MVI C, 06H. Then we initialize the sum and the carry registers MVI A, 00H, MVI B, 00H. Fine. So now who is pointing the first number M? So now who is pointing the first number M? Okay, initialize part is over. Now add the first number to the M. Okay, and remember 2000, it was in 2000, what was the number? 20. Okay, in 2001 30, in 2002 we had 50, in 2003 we had 90, in 2004 we had 80, in 2005 we had 60, then in 2006 we have to store the sum, in 2007 we have to store the carry. So who is now the first? Okay, now who is pointing to the first number? M. Okay, M is pointing to our first number. So add the first number to the sum, that is A. How we will write? Add M, right? Then if there is a carry, increment the carry register, that is INR B. But if there is no carry, J and C, skip. If there is no carry, we will skip. So once you are in skip, that means you are done with the current number and you want the next number. So increment the HL pair. To get the next number, you have to increment the HL pair. Okay, so put this procedure in a loop. Okay, your count is in register C. Decrement the register C, DCR C. Okay, then JNZ, loop JNZ back. Okay, I will put our back here in the addition part. Then copy the number, which is the number who has got the sum. A, register A has got the sum. We will copy it into 2006, move M, A. Okay, then we will go to the next memory location INX H. Okay, it is 2007. Then we will store the carry, that is move M, B, and we will end the program. All clear? So let us do this program with a small example, with a small count. Suppose in 2000 we have got 40, in 2001 we have got 80, in 2002 we have got 20. We have to store the result in 2003. We have to end the carry in 2004. Okay, so we will take our count as 03. Since there are 3 numbers, you have to add these 3 numbers. You have to store the result in 2003. You have to store the result in carry in 2004. Okay, so we have initialized register A with 00H. Okay, so A is 00H and B is 00H, right? B is 00H. Okay, so first is add M. Okay, add M. So what we will do? Add M we will add 00 plus 40 and the result will be stored in A, right? J and C skip. Carry is generated? No. So it will carry to, so it will go to this register B will not be incremented, okay, it will be 00 only. So it will go to INX H, it will go to next memory location, that is 2001. So which is our M now? 80. Okay, we will decrement the count. C will be 02. Okay, jump not 02 back, add M. So we will add now we will add now 40 plus 80. Okay, answer will be 120. That is carry is generated 1. So 20 will be in A, and since carry is generated, this condition will be false. So B will be incremented. So B will be 0, 1. Okay, then INX H we will go to 2002. Okay, now the number is 20. Okay, so in A 20 was stored, 20 plus 20 40. It is not generated, so B will not be incremented, B will be 0, 1 only. INX H will be 2003. Okay, B will this year C will be, I think I have skipped. So let us repeat the program again. I think I have done some wrong. Repeat the program. So let's repeat the program again. This will be INX H, move M comma B, halt. Okay, let's start the program again. So first number is 40. Okay, initial C is 03, MBI A is 00, B is 00, add M. So first 00 will be added with 40. Okay, and A will be 40. Carry is not generated, jump if not carry. So carry is not generated here, so it will jump to skip. So it will be now 2001. So M is 80 now. Okay, so DCR C will be 02. Okay, then jump if not 02 back, right? So add M. So M, so now M is 80. So A was 40. So 40 plus 80 will be 120. So 20 is the new sum. Okay, and since carry is generated, this instruction will not be executed. Okay, so it will go to INR B. So INR B. So B will be incremented to 01. Okay. Second INX H. H will be now 2002. Okay. H will be now 2002. Then DCR C. C will be 01. Okay. Jump if not 02 back. Again add M. So A will be, A was 20. Now it will be 20 plus 20. So this was our new M. Okay, so 20 plus 20, A is 40. So carry is not generated, so it will go to skip. B was 01, it will stay 01. Then INX H will be now this will be 2003. H will be 2003. So this memory location will be your new M, right? Then DCR C will be 00. Okay, so it will come out of the loop. Move M comma A. So M is now 2003. So A. So A is 40. So 40 will go to 2003. Right? Then INX H will be now 2004. Okay. Then move M comma B. What was B? 01. So 01 will be stored in 2004. Okay. That is 140. 140 is our answer. I am showing you, I am telling you, I am showing you in decimal for your better understanding. But if you enter these numbers, the microprocessor will give you the answer in hexadecimal. Okay, for your better understanding, I have shown you in decimal, but your microprocessor will give you answers in hexadecimal. Remember this: 140 will be converted into hexadecimal, and you will get your number in hexadecimal. Understood? So I hope you have understood this program and the logic as well. So after you finish this program, you should feel proud of yourself, because The same logic is running in programs that you are doing for sum in Excel sheets. When you select a number of cells and hit the button sum in Excel sheet, the same logic is running behind that button. Of course the processors are different, but the logic is same. Okay, so you understood how a series of numbers are added in Excel sheets. So this was your logic and this was your program. Run the program in simulator and see the result. Okay, so I hope you understood the program. So let's go to the next program. Okay, now next program is to add 6 to 16-bit numbers stored in memory location 2000 2001. The first number will be stored in 2000 and 2001. Since this is 16-bit, one location will contain one 8-bit number, 1 byte. Okay, so for 16-bit we require 2 memory locations. Okay, so 2000 and 2001 will hold the first number, and 2000 and 2003 will hold the second number. Okay, so write a program to add 2 16-bit BCD numbers stored in memory location 2000, 2001, 2002 and 2003. Okay, after adding these 16-bit numbers, store the sum in 2004 and 2005. Since the addition is of 16-bit numbers, the result will also be of 16-bit. Okay, so we will require 2 memory locations for storing the sum, and to store the carry will be requiring 1 memory location, that is we will store the carry in 2006. So this is our question. Hope the question is clear. Okay, now first of all understand, forget BCD. If I tell you add 2 16-bit numbers, in a 16-bit number there is a higher byte and a lower byte, right? Now you will add the lower byte numbers first, and you will get a 8-bit sum. Clear? Then what you will do, you will get a carry also. Then we will add the higher byte numbers with the instruction ADC. Okay, that means the carry that was generated during the lower byte addition, okay, that will be added during the higher byte addition with the carry. Okay, so you will use the instruction ADC. Now again you will get a 8-bit sum during the higher byte addition, that will be the higher byte of your result, and you will produce a final carry. So this is a simple 16-bit addition. Now this is but is a question, this is 16-bit BCD number. Okay, so what do you understand by BCD number? BCD means decimal numbers entered as if they are hexadecimal numbers. Understood? So when you add to decimal numbers 25 plus 25, okay, you should have got 50 in decimal form. Okay, but your decimal form 25, when you enter this in a machine, in decimal form, these are considered as hexadecimal numbers. Okay, then you get what? 4AH. Okay, that is 4A has to be changed into 50, right? So that means what you have to do, you need an adjustment, that is an adjustment is called DAA. You remember? Okay, now suppose in a shop you have purchased 2 expensive products, okay, costing 9,384, and the second product cost is 1,845. Okay, the numbers you entered. Now when you are going for the cash, so when you are going for the cash, so you are getting, when you are going for the cash, when you are going to the Miss Cashier, what he or she will enter the numbers in decimal form. Okay, but the processor will take the numbers in hexadecimal form. Okay, now what the microprocessor will do? The microprocessor will add this number. The microprocessor will take these numbers as if they are hexadecimal. Okay, so what it will do? It will add the numbers 9384, then 1845. Okay, so 4 plus 5 is 9, 8 plus 4 is 12. that means C, the hexadecimal form of 12 is C. Okay, so this was your lower byte addition which you did using add instruction, right? This was your lower byte addition which you did using add instruction. Now you perform DAA. What you have to do next? You perform DAA in this lower byte addition result. Okay, so what will happen? If the lower nibble is greater than 9, it will first look at 9, right? So you know the logic of DAA. It will first look at 9. It checks the lower nibble. It will check the lower nibble. Okay, if the lower nibble is greater than 9, okay, or auxiliary carry flag is 1, it adds 6. Okay, but here it is 9, so no need of any adjustment. Then it will look at the higher nibble of the lower byte sum. Okay, it will look at the higher nibble of the lower byte sum. If it is greater than 9, it will add 6 to the higher nibble, that is 60. Effectively 60 it will add, that is effectively it will add 60. Okay, so it adds 6 to the higher nibble. Okay, so here in 9 is the lower nibble, so no need to add 6. Now higher nibble is C, that is you add 60 to the whole number or 6 to the higher nibble. Now C plus 6 is 12, right? How? C, okay, then D, E, F, 1 0 1 1, then 1 2. Okay, so 6 plus 6 is 12. So your answer is 1 2 9. Understood? So 29 is in A, okay, and the 1 is in the carry flag. So what has happened? 84 plus 45, okay, as decimal addition has given you 129. So your lower byte addition is complete. Okay, now get this 29 which is stored in register A into some other register. Okay, because in your higher byte addition you will be requiring A, so you have to get this A free. Okay, so when you add this higher byte, use instruction A B C. During the higher byte addition you will be using the instruction A B C, that is add these two numbers along with the carry of the lower byte addition. Okay, so when you add the higher byte, so that the now 8 plus 3, now 8 plus 3 plus 1, 8 plus 3, this 1 will also be added during this hybrid addition. 8 plus 3 plus 1 is 12, which means C. Okay, then 9 plus 1 means 10, which means A. So when you perform ABC, the higher byte addition will give you AC as higher byte result. Okay, now on this answer you perform DA again. Okay, so first you look at A or C. Of course C. We will first look at the lower nibble of the higher byte result. Okay, so because in AC C is the lower nibble, so add 6. Now C is greater than 9, right? So we will be adding 6 to C. So C plus 6, 12, right? So 2 and 1 will go here as carry. So 1 plus A is 11. 1 plus A, sorry, 1 plus A plus 6. We will A is also greater than 9. So 1 plus A plus 6. Okay. So what is 1 plus A plus 6? A plus 1 is B. B, then C, D, E, F, 1 0 1 1. So 1 1. Okay, 1 1, right? Understood? Now so 1 2 will be the sum in the higher byte addition, 1 2 will be the sum in the higher byte addition, and 1 will be the carry after the addition is over. So your total answer will be 1 1 2 2 9. 1 1 2 2 9. So 1229 is the sum, okay, and 1 is the carry. I hope you understood. So how it will be stored? Lower byte in the lower byte in the lower address, that is 29 will be stored here, and 12 will be stored here, okay, and 1 will be stored in 2006. Okay, so let's repeat. So let's repeat this addition. Our number is 9384 plus 1845. What is the logic? How will you add? 4 plus 5, 9. Okay, when the microprocessor will, how it will add? 4 plus 5 is 9. Then 8 plus 4 is 12. 12 means in hexadecimal C. Okay, so this you have done using this addition, you have done using add. Now to convert into decimal, you need an adjustment over here because you want your answer in decimal form, right? So you have to you will use DAA on this lower byte answer. Okay, so after you perform DAA, what will the microprocessor will check? It will check the lower nibble. It is not greater than 9, so it will leave. It will go to the higher nibble C. C is greater than 9, so what will do? It will do C plus 6. So C plus 6 is 12. C, then D, E, F, 10, 11, 12. So 12. Okay, so your answer of the lower byte addition will be 129, where 1 is the carry and 29 is the sum. So 29 will be stored in A and 1 will be carried over to the higher byte addition. Clear? 1 will be carried over to the higher byte addition. Okay, so we will shift this answer which is stored in A to some other register, because during higher byte addition again we will be requiring this A. So we need our A free. Now it will go to the higher byte addition. Now during higher byte addition we will use ADC, because you have to add the carry also that was generated during the lower byte addition. Now 8 plus 3 plus 1 is 12, that is C. Okay, after you do ADC it will give you a result in hexadecimal, so C. Then 9 plus 1 is 10, that is A. Okay, then again you perform DA. So what will happen? It will check again the lower nibble of the higher byte result. So C plus, so it will perform C plus 6. So C plus 6 is 12, that is 2, and 1 is carried over to the carry as carry. So again A is greater than 9, so again A plus 6 plus 1, that is A plus 7. A plus 7 is B, C, D, E, F, 10, 11. Okay, so 1, 1. Now 1, 2 will be in A and 1 is the carry. So our total result is 1, 1, 2, 2, 9, where 1, 2, 2, 9 is the sum and 1 is the carry. So how it will get stored? 29 will be stored in the lower byte address and 12 will be stored in the higher byte address, and the carry will be stored in the 2006. So I hope this is clear. Okay, so what are the steps you need to perform? So I hope the logic is clear how you are going to do it. So what are the steps we have to perform in this program? This is a 5-step program. Okay, so add the lower byte first. Our first step will be add the lower byte. Okay, then perform DAA. Okay, then check. Then what you have to do? Add the higher byte. Add the lower byte, perform DAA, then add the higher byte along with the carry. Okay, then again perform DAA. Okay, check for the final carry. The only carry you need to check is the final carry. Okay, because the other carries that are produced in the arithmetic operation are taken care of. Understood? Because the other carries are already added. Okay, only you have to check the last carry. Okay, so your numbers are now how many bit numbers? 16 bit. So they will be stored in 2 locations. I have explained. 2000, that is 2000 and 2001, and the second number will be stored in 2000 and 2002. Now when you add 2 16-bit numbers, you will get a 16-bit result. So 16-bit result will be stored in 2000 and 2004 and 2005, and the carry will be stored at 2006. Okay, the carry will be stored at 2006. Now what you have to do? So you are what do you want to add first? The higher byte or the lower byte? Higher byte or the lower byte? Of course the lower byte. So we will first add the data locations of 2000 and 2002. 2000 and 2002. Okay. So take the first lower byte data, that is 84 in our example, into a register by using LDA. Okay. By using LDA, we will take the first number which is stored into the first lower byte data into accumulator. Okay, from memory location 2000H by using LDA 2000. Okay, then transfer the data into B. Okay, we will move the data from A to B. Okay, this will be the second step. In third step, what we will do? We will take the second number into A. The second number which was stored in 2002, we will take it from 2002 using LDA. Okay, now so that the second now add the two numbers and answer will be in. Then we will perform add B, right? We will perform add B. Okay, so answer will be stored in A. The answer will be stored in A. Okay, now take the then what we will do? We will perform DA. So answer will still be in A. Okay, that is 29. Okay, after you perform the DA, your answer will be in A only. Okay, so store this in 2000, stored from A into memory location 2004 29. Okay, now repeat the process for higher byte. Same process for higher byte. We will take the number from 2001 using LDA 2001, the first higher byte number, higher byte data. Then we will move into some other register, move B, A. Okay, then LDA 2003, right? Then ADC B, right? Now here we will use ADC. Why ADC? Because in the lower byte addition, if carry is generated, then it will be added along with this addition. Okay, so the lower byte addition has a lower byte addition carry has to be taken care of. So we will write ADC. After you write ADC, you will get your answer in hexadecimal. So to convert from hexadecimal to decimal, we will use DA. Okay, then answer is 10 in A. We have got our answer. We have got our result in decimal form. So answer is 10 in A. Okay, so then we will so if there is a carry, increment C. Okay, increment we will initialize a register for storing the carry like we have done in the sum. So if there is a carry, increment the C register. If there is no carry, skip. So by that time C will be carry your final carry. So transfer it into A. Okay, then first you store this STA in 2005. Then we will move the status of carry into from C. We will move the status of carry into A, and then we will store the carry into 2006, and then we will call the program. So tell me, do you understand? I hope you can write the program, but still I am showing you how to write. So let's write the program. First initialize the carry register with 00. Okay, MVIC, 00H. Clear? Then what we will do? We will load the lower byte into A. Okay, the lower byte, the lower byte of the first number into A. How? LDA 2000H. Fine. Then we will move this into B, because we have to load another number into A, so we have to see the register A. So we will move this number into B. So our B has come. Our B is loaded with now 84. First A was loaded with 84. Now B is loaded with 84. Okay. Now take the data from 2002 into A. Okay, the lower byte of the second number, we will take into A. So LDA 2002H. So A will be loaded with now 45. Okay, so what you do next? We have to add the numbers. So add B. So 84 plus 45. Okay, what will get? We will get in A C9. Right? We have seen. Now we have to get the decimal form. So we will perform DAA on this number. So after DAA, A will be 29, and the 1 carry will go to the higher byte addition. So we will store this number into the lower byte address, that is 2004. So STA 2004. So in 2004 we will get 29. Lower byte addition is complete. Okay, now we will get the higher byte data into A. So LDA 2001. So 93, the higher byte of the first data, is loaded into A. So A is loaded with 93. Fine. Then we will move this number again to B. Move B comma A. Right. Now B is loaded with 93H. Okay. Then again we will load the higher byte of the second data from 2003. Okay. So A will be loaded with 18. Right. A will be loaded with 18. So then we will perform ADC B, that is A plus B plus the carry of the lower byte addition, that is we will get 93 plus 18 plus 1. So what was the answer we got in the example? A, C. Okay, then we will perform DAA on this AC. Right. So after DAA we will get what? In A we will get 1, 2. Okay, and 1 as carry. So we will get, the carry flag will be set and A will be loaded with 1, 2. Okay, now store this sum. So after DAA, okay, it is carried. After DAA we will go here. Okay, so we will store this sum in memory location 2005. Right, we will store this sum in memory location 2005. Now if there is any carry during this, after this addition, we have to, what I have told, we have to take care of the carry that was generated at the last addition. Okay, so if there is a carry, we will increment this C register. Okay, so INR C. But if there is no carry, we will skip this step INR C. So jump if no carry to skip. Okay, so if in skip what we will write? Move A comma C. So whatever is the status of C will be copied to A. If carry is generated, C is incremented. C will be incremented to 1. If carry is not generated, C will be 0. So whatever is the status of C, if carry is not generated, you directly jump over here. Move A comma C. Okay, but if carry is generated, then this condition will be false and C will be incremented to 0, 1. Okay, so in our case carry was generated. So carry, so this condition will be false. So C will be incremented to 0, 1. Then this 0, 1 will be copied to register A. Okay, and then we will store the status of carry STA where? In 2006. Okay, so either it will store 0, 0 or 0, 1. Okay, and then we will hold the program. Okay, so I hope this program is clear. Okay, so run the program in the simulator and show the result. Okay. Now in assignment, the second question will be the assignment. I have given you the first question. In the second question will be write a program to add two 16-bit numbers. Write a program to add two 16-bit numbers. Okay, stored in memory location 2000 and 2001. Okay, and the second number will be stored in 2000 and 2002. Okay, then store the sum in 2003 and 2004 and carry in 2002 and 2003. Store the sum in 2004 and 2005 and the carry in 2006. Okay, carry in 2006. Okay, I hope the program is clear. The same program, BCD numbers, only you don't have to use DA. Don't use DA, else the program is same. Okay, as BCD numbers. Okay, the logic is same. I have explained you, so you have to perform this one by your own. Okay, so do this as your assignment and show me the result in the simulator. Okay. Now the last program, I have kept it very simple. Write a program to count the number of ones stored in 2000H. Okay, stored in count the number of ones in the number stored in 2000H. Okay, and store the result in 2001H. Okay, so are you clear? What is the idea? What is the logic of doing this program? First we will take this number into A. Okay, we will take this. Suppose for example, I have taken the number 12. Okay, so in 12, this hexadecimal number, you have to count the number of ones. How many one are there in the number 12? Okay, so what is the logic? We will take this number into A. Okay, so and then we will rotate it in whichever direction you like. You rotate the number. You take the number into A and then you rotate it. Okay, in whichever, either left or right, in whichever direction you want. Okay, I am rotating it left. Okay, so when you rotate it left, suppose you are rotating it left, this is your number 0 0 0 1, then 0 0 1 0. Okay, so you are rotating it left and this is your carry. So when you are rotating it left, what will happen? This MSB, every time you rotate it, the MSB will be copied to the carry flag, right? Now what you have to do? You have to check the carry flag. If the carry flag is 1, that means your MSB was 1, okay, and else it was 0. If carry flag is 0, then MSB was 0. If carry flag is 1, then MSB was also 1. Okay, so keep a counter for this. Okay, let's say register B. Okay, let's say register B is your counter. Initialize it with 00H. Initialize the counter for counting the number of 1 with 00H. Okay, this count is different. Remember, this will count the number of ones. Okay, now every time there is a carry, increment the counter. Every time you find the carry flag 1, increment this counter. Okay, now put this process in a loop. Now for counting the loop, you have to initialize another counter. Okay, now how many times you will continue the loop? 8 times. You will continue the loop 8 times because this is a 8-bit number. So how many times it will rotate? It will rotate 8 times. Okay, so for that it will initialize another counter which will count the number of rotations. So don't get confused. This will count the number of ones and this will count the number of rotations. Okay, so you will initialize register B with 00 and register C with 08H. Okay, So decrement the loop count. Okay, keep this doing in a loop. When the loop breaks, register B will be holding the number of 1. Okay, so from B store it in A. Okay, and from A store it in location 2001 using STA. So is the logic clear? Is the logic clear? Okay, now let's write the program and then we will finish it. Okay, so by now you've understood the logic. So let's write the program. You do by yourself. Let's say together. Okay. What you have to do first? You have to initialize the register B with 0. 0, 0 is. So MVI B comma 0, 0 is. Fine. Then you have to initialize this. This is the count for number of ones, right? Then you have to initialize the count for loop 08H. Okay, this will count the loops. Okay, so initialization is over. Now what you have to do? You have to load the first number from 2000H. So why is our number stored in 2000H? LDA 2000H. Fine. Now what you have to do? We have to rotate it left along with carry. So our number is in A. Suppose you have taken the number 12. So RLC 12. Now after RLC, this 12 will be rotating, right? This is your carry and this is your number 0, 0, 0, 1, then 0, 0, 1, 0. Okay, and this is your carry. So after you write RLC, what will happen? This 0 will come here. Okay, and then this 0 will go here. So 0 will be, if this 0 will be replaced by 0. Okay, then so while you do RLC, the MSB will come to the carry flag. Now check the carry flag. This MSB has come to the carry flag. Now we have to check the carry flag whether it is 1 or 0. If there is a carry, okay, increment the counter INR B. Okay, and if there is no carry, jump is no carry to skip. Okay, so skip. If there is carry, the counter which will count the number of 1, it will increment by B, and if there is no carry, it will jump to skip. Once it jumps to skip means 1 and 1, we have checked 1 bit, so we will decrement the count BCRC, then JNZ back. Okay, I will give our back again to RLC. So again it will be rotating. Okay, so after the rotations are over, what will be the who will hold the final answer? Register B, right? So copy it into A. Whatever is there in B, we will copy it into A, and then from A we will store it in memory location 2001H, and we will halt the program. Clear? So let's check RLC. It has come 1. It is 0. So if there is no, if so, you check the carry flag. So it is 0. So it will there is no carry. So it will BCRC. So it will be 7. Again it will jump here. Again there will be RLC. So this 0 will come here. So again it will go here. Okay. This 0 has come here. Okay, and they will go here. And this 0 will go here. This 0 will come here. This 1 will come here. Okay, and then this 1 will come here. This 0 will go here. What was done? in the first RLC, first let us check. In the first RLC, 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, 0, 1, 0. Okay. So what happened in the first RLC? It was rotating left. So this 0 has gone here. Okay. This 1 has gone here. Okay. This 0 has gone here. Okay. Then this 0 has gone. I'm doing something wrong. 0, 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 0, 1, then 0. Okay. So during the first RLC, what happened? This 0 will go here, this 1 will go here, this 0 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 will go here. Okay, and this 0 will go here. Okay. So what will happen if this 0 comes here? It will be 0. This 1 will go here, this will become 1. This 0 will go here, okay, this will become 0. This 0 will go here, this will become 0. This 1 will go here, so it will become 1. This 0 will go here, and that 0 will go here, and this 0 was copied to here. Okay. Then again in the next iteration, what will happen? This 0 will come here. Okay. And again this 0 will go here. Same, this 0 will go here. Okay. Then this 0, in the next iteration, what will happen? Let's do it freshly. This 0 will come here. Then this 0 comes here. This 0 will go. The carry 0 will go here. Okay. Then this 0 will be shifted here. This 0 will be shifted here. This 1 will be shifted here. Then this 0 will be shifted this side. This 0 will be shifted this side. This 1 will be shifted this side. And this 0 will be shifted this side. Right? After that, then again INR, if there is no carry, so it will skip and it will decrement the count. So it will be now 0, 6. Again we will shift this left. Okay. So what will happen? 0. Again this will come here. So this will be 0. This 0 will go here. 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 This 1 will come here. Then this 0 will go here. This 0 will go here. And the 1 will come in the MSB now. Okay. And carry flag. Okay. So again, this is the carry flag. Okay. So again it is 0. Okay. So after this shift it is 0. So again it is no carry. This will again it will be shifted 5. It will be decremented to 5. Again it will jump to no 0. Now what will happen? This 1 will come here. Okay. And it will be shifted likewise in the left direction. Now once the MSB in the carry is 1, okay, this A and C, it will become false, and this B will be incremented by 1 because the carry is 1 now. Okay. After the fourth rotation, the carry, this is the third rotation. After the fourth rotation, okay, the carry will be 1. Okay. So the the counter will be incremented by 1. Then again the counter will be decremented and it will jump. Again it will rotate. Again it will rotate left. Again this will and in this way it will count the number of ones. Okay, so this is the logic. Very simple program. Okay, when you do in the simulator, you can check the content of accumulator, how it is changing after you write RLC. Every time you check the status of your this one accumulator. Okay, so this was a very simple program. Now in assignment, the question number 3 will be, in assignment the question number 3 will be, in your assignment the question number 3 will be, write a program to count the number of zeros in a 8-bit number stored in memory location 2000H. Then store the result where? In 2001H. So how will do? Same, only in place of JC you have to write, only in place of JNC you have to write JC. If there is carry, then it will jump. If there is no carry, then it will increment the register B. So it will count the number of zeros. Okay. So I hope you understood the program. So this is the end of today's class. So hope you enjoyed the learning. So do well and goodbye. And if there is any problem, to ask me during the class sessions. Okay.